welcome back to my channel. My name is Candy and we are continuing with our Polly Pocket Pop Culture series, and today's doll is going to be transformed into a gremlin girl doll. Now, fun fact, Gremlins came out June 8th of 1984. So June 8th just passed a couple days ago. So the movie is 41 years old. Time, it's like, it feels like that movie when I watch it, because it's my daughter's favorite movie. When I watch that movie, it still doesn't feel like it could be that old already, but it is. Anyway, so I am taking inspiration from Greta the Gremlin, the girl Gremlin, and that was actually in Gremlins 2. She wasn't in number 1. But Monster High came out with a Greta Gremlins doll, I think last year or 2 years ago. So I'm going to be pulling inspiration from those two characters. Or no, from the character from Gremlins and then the rendition that Monster High did. So this is the doll. I'm going to be using Rite Aid dye to dye her skin and her hair. And I had the best of luck with coloring the skin lately, so it'll be interesting. I'm going to be dipping the body first and then the hair, because I think I want, or maybe the other way around. I'm not sure, but I think I want the hair to be lighter than the skin. I think. I don't know. We will see. So I already have Polly Pocket accessories and stuff in my stash. So this is the dress I will be repainting to be a leopard print dress. And then I'll be repainting this purse because it just seems like she would need a purse. And I have some black high heels for her feet I'll be repainting. And then I got these ears off of another doll that I shaped that I'm going to be attaching to the sides to make her gremlin ears. So that's just gives me a base to work with. So that's the direction we're going. And I wanted to go ahead and explain that. So I'm going to go ahead and color her first, and then I will show you how that looks. Okay, so we're back. Right now, Greta the doll is already dyed, but she's drying. But in the meantime, I wanted to go ahead and start painting her dress, shoes, and purse. So I made a collage of what Greta, the original, looks like, and then what the Monster High one looks like. And she has a purple, the Monster High one has a purple dress with leopard, and I really like that because it makes the green pop more than Greta from the original. So I'm going to be painting her dress purple. I've decided to paint her high heels black instead of green. In the Monster High doll, it's green. But Greta, she wears black heels. And I'm going to make her purse black as well. So that's what we're going to start with, and then move on to working on her ears. Okay, so we have got the first coat on the dress and the first coat on the purse and shoes. So it's just looking like that so far. And I would pick these up, but they need to dry. And so we will be right back. Okay, so we're back to work on the gremlin ears. And these ears I got from an existing doll. These were actually lamb ears. And then I kind of cut off some of the ear, the backing, so it's more flat, like the gremlin ear. And then I'm going to use some model magic to go over it to make them look more like gremlin ears. And I had found an image online of the ears here, and at the ends they almost look feathery like, even though they're not feathers, but like tattered. So I'm going to be trying to get that kind of tattered look at the ends of these ears. Okay, so this is the direction the ear's going that I like so far. And that's the back. So I'm going to do the other side as close as I can to what I'm doing right now. And this will require some dry time, 24 hours, and I'll be able to show you those ears when they're done. Okay, so we are back with our Greta Gremlin doll. I've already painted everything twice. So here's the purple dress. Here's her purse that I've already done. I've done a Mod Podge, glossy Mod Podge to make it look like a leather purse. And her shoes. Her gremlin ears have dried. Let me see. Hold on one second here. So here's what she's looking like. So with plastic dolls, especially, they could be different plastics being used. So clearly her top has a different plastic than her arms, legs, and face. But that actually works for this because the Greta doll has light spots in the chest area, tummy, and face. So I'll be adding. Her hair came out green, but it's pretty light. When it's wet, it's very dark. So I'm going to be using gel because she's just going to have straight hair. Because I've learned, unfortunately, with the Polly Pocket dolls, last month I did Rochelle from the craft, who has naturally curly hair, and I tried all kinds of techniques to curl that hair and it just wasn't going. So I happen to have naturally brown curly hair, but I don't have green curly or wavy hair. But if you do, you could use that. So her hair is just going to stay straight. I'm going to add gel so the hair looks darker. And the first thing I want to do is paint her ears. So I have this Christmas green, and I'm going to add a little bit of black because this one is pretty bright and her skin is pretty dark. So the way her skin is looking is leaning more towards the Greta doll in the original Gremlins, which is totally fine. Because in the Monster High version, her skin is a lot brighter. So we're going to start with painting her ears. And now I want to go ahead and work on her dress. So what I noticed about this dress, because this is a Polly Pocket dress from my stash, she has a belt on that I'm going to paint black. And I did notice in the Monster High they added red. And since I'm going to be painting her lips red because she has red lips, I thought this part where the trim is at, it's like a ruffle trim, but it could also be like looks like tulle under the dress. So I'm going to do that red to give it a pop of color, and I think that'll go well with the red lips. And then I will do the leopard print. I will draw on the leopard print. Okay, so this is what the leopard print is looking like. I will go in and clean up where because the leopard print looks like misshapen U's kind of sporadically placed all over. And so where it didn't quite it just made like a blob, I can go in with like the purple and give it more definition. But so far I like how her dress is looking. And I want to go ahead and add her red lips, and her eyes, her original eyes were blue. I'm going to take a Sharpie, like a brown, and make her eyes brown. And then I have a green puffy paint, there it is, green puffy paint, to add some kind of scaly features above her eyebrows, because I noticed that on the Monster High doll. So I'm going to do her lips first. Okay, so that is what her face is looking like, and I think it's really coming to life, so that's looking very cute. Let that dry, and I'm going to work on adding the lighter parts to her after this dries a bit. Okay, we will be back. Okay, so I'm back, and I had to stop what I was doing because I was going to try to keep going. But because the Polly Pocket clothes are they're stretchy, the material on it is stretchy. It was stretching all the paint off the top, so I had to go in and redo the top. That's what it's looking like. So in the future now, I know if I use Polly Pocket clothes, I need to put the doll clothes back on and paint it when it's already on the doll. So that's something to remember in the future. So now we can finish putting her together. I'm going to put on her gremlin ears. Okay, so I am going to be, you see how I got her ears on? I got her heels on. Oop, look, those are coming off. But they should stay on. These are Polly Pocket shoes. But I have her heels on. I'm going to be putting it on the doll stand and then putting her little purse on. So I really want to let the ears really dry a bit. I know it can be instant, but I'm going to style her hair to where I put the like two strands over her, like her ears right here, and then I will top it with the rose hair embellishment, and then we will be all done. And then I can show you the end results. Just want to thank everyone for joining me. If you like what you're seeing, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next Polly Pocket pop culture video. Bye.